Hey everybody, welcome to our channel, How to Deal with Dementia. I'm Morgan, and our first video is going to be discussing our loved one's financial situation. I know it's not the most exciting topic of conversation, but it certainly is an important one, so let's get into it. When considering your loved one's financials, it's important to keep these 7 points and questions in mind. Number 1, whether they're able to deal with their financials. And if they're not, and then they're not capable, that means all the responsibility falls on you. And that means you're put in a position of trust and you must act accordingly. So where do you start? Then there's understanding their assets and liabilities, their budget, what insurances they do have and what is covered, the tax ramifications of their financial decisions, and then housing and care. I know this is a lot of information, but we're going to make it very short and sweet. So let's dive in. Our first question is, are they capable of dealing with their financials? Now, this all depends on whether they execute in certain documents, such as a power of attorney or a trust. Now, these documents control what happens in the event of incapacity. No need to worry if they don't have these documents. You can actually petition the court to become or have an appointed guardian deal with the financial matters for your loved one. Now, this depends from state to state, but it is wise to consult with an attorney and also to get documentation of your loved one's incapacity for future tasks that need verification. Our second question, if your loved one is no longer capable and all the responsibility falls on you, what do you do? Well, first thing is first. You need to see what type of documents they've executed, such as a power of attorney, because you will be bound by those specific state laws. So here is what you should do. First, familiarize yourself with your state laws. Make sure you understand the trust terms. Keep records, including receipts. Limit the number of bank accounts as well as credit cards. And lastly, avoid personal charges where you pay them back. If you must, in case of an emergency, make sure to note it. But this is to make sure your records are straightforward and you can prevent any allegations of wrongdoing. Understanding their assets and liabilities. Now, some people keep their financials in nice folders when others just have it all over the place, which makes the task impossible. So where to start? Get organized. Get the documentation you need. Also, when your loved one is still capable, make sure to get all those important documents, passwords, and account information. Understanding their budget requires you to look at their spending and to see what is necessary and what isn't, depending on their assets, their life expectancy, and their lifestyle, and so on, and to plan accordingly in the event of an emergency situation and care. Understanding what insurances they have and what is covered is crucial. Now, Medicare does cover a lot, but it doesn't cover everything. This is important when taking into account nursing homes, home health aides, prescriptions, and so on. So definitely look what is covered by Medicare and Medicaid before making any financial decisions. Understanding the tax implications regarding your loved one's financial decisions. Now, one thing is clear, taxes must be paid regardless of your loved one's condition. So that means the responsibility falls on you to either file their tax returns and their necessary documents or give this documentation to a tax preparer. Now, don't leave anything to assumption. That means incorporating medical costs, facility costs, home health aid costs. The list continues. Now, while we're not accountants or financial planners, we do recommend you consulting with a professional before liquidating anything out of your loved one's accounts. The tax ramifications regarding the financial decisions include, number 1, the tax laws require that at a certain age, a minimum amount must be taken from an IRA or there's a substantial penalty. Usually, if your money is in a brokerage account, they will tend to remind you what the amount is and whether it has been taken. Number 2, the minimum distribution, known as an RMD, must be taken for the year your loved one passes away, or there are tax ramifications. 3. It might seem logical to spend out of your loved one's savings accounts first, but that is not necessarily the case. Number 4, deductions for assisted living facilities are only for the portions which basically relates to medical care. Number 5, your loved one may have set up different beneficiaries for different accounts. This might impact which accounts it would be for your loved one's desire to liquidate first. And the list goes on, but we're continuing on. There's also concerns regarding an emergency and having funds easily accessible. Decisions should consider the fact that some funds may take some more time to become accessible in an emergency. If there's a trust or a power of attorney, generally there will be laws regarding how things should be invested and reinvested. You should familiarize yourself with these. Before you close accounts, make sure there are no automatic payments coming out of those accounts. The list is endless, and in time, we will provide you with helpful links and resources along the way. And again, we have so much to discuss, but I want to personally thank you for joining us and educating yourself and making the best and informed decision for your loved one. Next time, we're going to be discussing keeping them safe. And in the meantime, make sure you like that like button and notification bell and hit subscribe. Remember, we're not in this alone. Until next time.